Morning, guys. Girl is looking nice and rough this morning, but I feel good. Yeah. I'm actually about to take my car to get routine oil change. Nothing serious, nothing's wrong. Yeah, the dealership isn't too far. Excuse my lighting, I'm just opening up my blinds. The dealership is not far from where I live. It's literally up the block. So I'm just going to get dressed very quickly, and then I'm gonna come back and get a bit more done. I'll talk to you guys a little bit more. Okay guys, so I just threw on my Nike jacket and some sweatpants, and I'm about to go take the car to get an oil change. Let's go. Hey ladies and gentlemen, I am officially here. About to check my car in, and then I'm gonna walk with you guys back to the building.
I got my face mask, guys. I have extra in the car, so I'm just checking on my car vitals.
Okay, the key is in the cup holder.
718-279.
Okay, no problem. Take your time. How are you?
Had an appointment today?
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
What's the name?
Blessings?
Peace, right?
Yes.
And that's all you're getting done today, correct?
Yes.
I'm gonna go take some pictures up there.
Well, I can come back. I'm right up the block.
Yep.
You think it'll be like an hour?
Hour and a half, give or take.
Okay, no, that's perfect. You guys have my number, right?
I have a 347.
Yep, that's right.
Alright, so this copy will be for you. You can
Okay.
hold on to this one.
Yes.
Okay.
I just need you to sign
Sign.
right there.
Okay, perfect.
He's coming in for an oil change and
Okay.
said that one of the tires was losing a little air.
All right. So you guys, just call me. No rush. All right, thank you. All right, guys. So I'm gonna take my mask off in a minute. Normally in the morning, what I would do is morning meditation. It's depending on how I feel when I wake up, but I always do gratitude. So my gratitude exercises, literally just 10 things that I'm grateful for. I like to focus on it at night also, right before I lay down, and that just helps me decompress from the day, get any negative thoughts out, address any just anything that's not so good that you really don't want on your head right before you lay down to go to sleep. So, and I really don't have anywhere right now to take you guys, but what I'm gonna do is after I actually get the car, I'm gonna take you by a waterfront that I go to. About to walk into my lobby. Give me a sec. And I have like the nicest neighbors. My building is so quiet and no ruckus, no drama. Where I lived, well, where I grew up, it wasn't the most horrible neighborhood or anything. I'm fumbling with my keys. I very rarely even come in through the lobby because, like I said, I have that garage space and we have an elevator directly there, so I don't really usually come in through the front. But like I said, my building is very quiet. It's pretty large too. I have two sides to my building, so I live on one side, and I might as well check my mail while I'm here. You know, you could have packages here. No one steals your packages. It's just so chill. Okay. So, I'm still talking, I don't know, I'm talking a little quiet because I'm in the lobby. I don't want to disturb anyone. There are a few apartments down here. But I'll be in my apartment in a few. So, I'm back. Okay guys, so I'm on my couch and I'm in my favorite spot to do my gratitude. I try to do this before I touch anything, any electronics, my cell phone really. But in all fairness, my alarm is my cell phone. So if I do happen to use my alarm, which lately I have been doing because I have to be up at a specific time just to get True to his basketball practice. But if I don't use an alarm to wake up, then I definitely get my gratitude books and everything like that. I have my journal and I have my Bible. And sometimes I might be following some practices or doing, specific personal growth exercises that I need an additional book for. So, if I need that, I usually put it next to me before I even wake up. That way, once I hop out of bed, I can just kind of grab my stuff, get to my space, and get right to it. So I like sitting by my window, one of my windows in the living room. So like I said, I get cozy on the couch and I just get to reading, meditating, and doing my gratitude exercises in my journal. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to really talk too much, but, I'll speed through it so you can kind of just see a little bit of this part of my day. Okay guys, I put myself together. So now I am on my way to pick my car up. Taking you along for my short walk. Put a little bit of eye makeup on. Do my hair in a ponytail. And doing the proper outfits. Okay, I'm gonna mask back up guys because I'm about to walk in here and get my car.
You in back of me?
Oh yeah, I'm picking up,
You
so.
know what?
What's the first name?
I said, why are they not coming? Maybe I shouldn't be here today. I'm only coming for an inspection.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just got to oil change myself.
It's my little, I call it my little cockroach car.
It's cute.
Okay, I got you. You're all set.
It runs good?
You're here for an inspection?
Yes.
Hey guys, so I'm back. I had to change my battery. All right, so I'm just gonna take you with me just to run a few errands. Take this mask all the way off since I'm in the car by myself. Okay guys, so I'm back. I just had to figure out how to mount this camera while I'm in the car, so I got it together. So I'm just gonna take you with me just to run a few errands. Nothing too serious or crazy today, but I wanted to talk a little bit about why I decided to do Vlogtober and just how we got here. So I talked a little bit very briefly about it, just to say that it was something last minute. It wasn't really planned for me to do it, but I decided to do it just because a lot of things are changing and I'm trying to make the best of it and do what I can just for growth. It's also the last quarter of the year. I've been self-employed for the past 4 years. 2021 will make the 5th complete year once I'm done with it. If you hear that beeping, that's just my car safety measures. So yeah, like I said, I've been self-employed and I enjoy it, but I want to grow it and definitely make a bigger impact, and not have it just be something where it's like, like a one-woman show or anything like that. So I decided that recently, I would say like the beginning of the year, I've been trying to get back in touch with more of my creative interests and hobbies. So my writing, drawing, sketching, designing clothing, making clothing, and just basically getting back in touch with that. In the past when I was in touch with my creative side, I was just thriving. So especially in this day and age, we need as much kindness as possible. We need as much compassion as possible. We need as much to be joyful and happy about as possible. And we can't wait for someone else to give that to us. All of that is going to come from within, because everybody that's in your life, they will have their own version, their own definition of happiness. They'll have their own definition of success. They will want different things than you. Even, you know, and this can be the closest people to you, your mom, your dad, your siblings, even your own children. So we can't measure our joyful feelings, our happy feelings. We can't measure them by other people. And it doesn't mean that you dismiss other people. No, I'm not saying that. But you have to accept it and figure out how to deal with it, because I think we take a lot of things personally that we really shouldn't even take personally. Like other people's feelings, I used to take them very personally, and I have to stop that. Because it's not healthy for me. It has nothing to do with me not caring. I care too much. And sometimes I care to my own detriment, to the point where I'm caring and the other person doesn't want me to care at that moment. So I have to learn how to pull back, focus on myself, and just be available, be the best version of myself, so that when and if that person comes back around and they need me, I'm available and I'm at my most confident, my strongest, and I can actually feed into them and give them something that they want, you know, once they figure out what it is that they want. So as I was saying, so you basically, you know, it's just about our own growth. And the more that we grow and the more that we see that we have room to grow, the better off that we'll be in this life. Hey, that's really all you can do, is never feel like you know too much to learn a little bit more. Don't discount who or where you can learn from. Because I kid you not, I learned something new from my little boy every day, my little big boy. But he's always going to be my baby. But I learned something new from him every day, and it's a fearlessness. It's a, you know, because he doesn't have those preconceived notions. He doesn't have all of those experiences, whether they be good or bad, that make us choose certain things or act towards people in a certain way or take certain actions. He doesn't even have a lot of that programmed into him yet. So the way he goes about life and approaches situations and people is just so different, and it's actually refreshing for me to see. Because like I said, it is something that I can learn from. And I do learn from it every day. So I'm blessed to have my baby boy, and blessed to be his mom and learn as much as I can just from that experience. But yeah, like I was saying before, I got totally off the subject. I was talking about expanding my self-employment into, you know, an actual business. So I've had businesses before. I've had product-based businesses, and those were fun. But you know what? Product-based businesses where you're making the product, yeah, it turns out not to be so fun, because when you are a one-woman show, you can only do but so much. There's only but so many hours in a day. So what I've come to realize is that content creation and digital products, I was just passing a car, sorry, narrow street. I've come to realize that content creation and is really where it's at, and it's something where I can exercise my creativity. Like I was saying before, I can get back into it, get back into the creative aspects that really allow me to thrive and be my best self and be open, and not so closed off. These are ways that I express myself. It's funny, I'm an extrovert when needed, but I prefer to be an introvert. But at times that introverted behavior or that comfort with being an introvert can interfere with my relationships. So I don't come to people and like to show that I'm weak. I like to be the rock. So I like to be the rock. I like to be the one that people come to and can feel confident in. And this is something that I have held on to from when I was a child. It really doesn't have anything to do with a particular person or thing. It has to do with a particular incident that happened in my life. But my making that choice in my adult years to hold on to something that developed as a defense mechanism when I was a child to not even erase pain. I thought I was erasing pain, but more so just pushing it down. And that pain, of course, ultimately shows up again in your life when you least expect it, because it won't show up right away. So you can say, hey, I know where that's coming from. It'll always show up years and years down the line with something so unrelated that it just freaking blows your mind why you're acting a certain way, or why you deal with people a certain way, and why you have certain perceptions and attitudes and just all those type of things, why you are the way you are. And my creativity allows me to open up and allows me to release those things, allows me to talk about it comfortably with people that care, with people that actually care to help me and care about how I actually feel. So before, when I would push my feelings down and kind of pretend like, oh yeah, they didn't really happen, or yeah, they happened, but it wasn't as bad as it really was. You know, we have to acknowledge pain. If something hurts, it freaking hurts. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. The sooner we acknowledge the pain, the sooner we can work through the pain, as opposed to holding it inside and, you know, allowing it to rot and fester, which it will, and, you know, cause all type of other discord and imbalance in us. So, you know, like I said, this content creation is a bigger thing. It's not just about, the money. It's not just about getting a certain amount of subscribers. That stuff is great and it will happen. But really, I want to be able to help others through my story and help others through whatever journeys that may be similar to a journey that I've gone through or one that I'm on right now. And, you know, so that's what this is for. So it's a very cathartic for me, very therapeutic. And I'm just glad that you guys are along for the ride. If you're here, I'm glad you're along for the ride. So I'm looking for a place to pull over because I have to show you this view. I was just looking behind me to make sure there's no cars. So I'm going to flip you out the window for a second. So, like I said, this is, you know, just a little bit of exploring. You know, one thing I said, and I love this about New York, a lot of people, and I considered it, I went out to Cali on a last minute, long story, but anyway, I went out to Cali in 2018, right before so many things changed in my life. Like I said, that's a story for another day. But when I went out to Cali, and I've been out there before, but we were in the, we were in the LA area. We actually were in Orange County. So we went to Orange County, then we ended up driving to LA, you know, drove through Beverly Hills and everything like that. So, it was cool. It was lovely. It was nice. Love it. Love all the high-end areas. You know me, I'm into luxury, into high-end everything, big houses, houses in the hills, the waters, everything like that. One area where I've always been a little apprehensive with Cali is definitely the earthquakes. I have been through one real earthquake, and it happened in New York. I don't remember what year it was, but I remember I was working as a manager at a retail chain, and I think I was on my lunch break, and all of a sudden we were in the food court, and all of a sudden the freaking building, it seemed like it was shaking a little bit. And I'm like, I know I'm not high. Maybe I'm just, you know, super hungry. I'm imagining shit. So, you know, I was with 2 other of my coworkers, and I said, did you just feel the building move? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so it wasn't just me. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And come to find out, you know, we literally were feeling like the after effects of an earthquake that didn't even originate in New York. I believe it originated like closer to Richmond or to, you know, somewhere in Virginia. And I guess like the shock of it, you know, we had aftershocks or whatever the hell it is, you know, that we felt in New York during that time. And I'm like, that right there, it just completely, it was just something that I'm not used to. And I kid you not, I can deal with hurricanes, I can deal with rain, snowstorms, anything like that. But the earthquake thing, not for me. So I think that's what would keep me from ever really committing to moving out to Cali. Yeah, they're really committing to moving out there. The wildfires, and I know those can happen pretty much anywhere, but they happen to be concentrated like in areas that, you know, it's super hot. So, you know, a lot of times it'll happen out west, a lot of open area and stuff like that. So, but the earthquake thing, because I don't even know if they can predict this stuff. It just kind of happens, and then, you know, you're just hearing about the after effects. So, for me, that's just a little bit too much. It's like living somewhere where they have active volcanoes, you know, whether the volcano is active every 10 years, every 15, that's just too much natural activity for me. You know, I love nature, but I do believe that there are certain places that humans need to stay away from when nature is being nature. So that is one of the things that I believe will have me never really fully commit to living in Cali. But to be honest with you, you know, I might have like a condo or something out there, you know, because I also like to feel at home when I travel. So after a while, a hotel can get a little bit, you know, it can get a little bit mentally draining. So to have a place, you know, like a nice condo, penthouse, something like that would be cool. Somewhere that I can, you know, stay if I happen to go. My son is into basketball, so if we happen to go out there to a game or something like that, we have our own place to stay. Like, you know, we're not staying in anyone else's energy or anything like that. And if we're going to camp out for a week, it's no problem. This is our house. You know, that's an investment thing that I would absolutely do at a later date. But I'm in no rush to go out there. I really am a New York City girl at heart. And I know plenty of New York City heads that have come up and gotten their money and they've moved out west. And God bless them. I hope they love it. But for me, I'll always be a New York girl. And the thing that I love about New York is literally, for one, we have 4 seasons. There's just certain things that we can do. I can't imagine having, you know, Christmas tree and all the snowflake decorations and things like that, but I'm living and it's like 80 degrees outside. It's just a little bit weird. Like I said, that's how I grew up. I'm not gonna knock anyone else's way of life, but these are my preferences. So but the thing that's cool about New York City, well, New York in general, New York State, you know, I literally have mountains, you know, maybe a couple of hours away from me, just like I have beachfront, you know, maybe another hour or so away from me. Yeah, we just came from water, but it wasn't a beachfront. It was just, you know, marina, water, out into the, eventually returns into the East River and then Atlantic Ocean. But literally I'm like 2 hours away from the Hamptons. So if I want to go to the Hamptons, but I don't even have to go that far to get beaches, like beautiful beaches. Jones Beach is one of the largest beaches in New York, you know, Long Island. But there are other beaches that I'm not going to tell you about. You just have to do your own research. But there are other beaches that are way closer. And, you know, so I just love being able to have access to all of that. Of course, the shopping is impeccable. The panorama didn't take all of that out. And, you know, we have all the high-end designers if I want to go into the city. And then also, I don't even have to go into the city. I can stay in Long Island where I like to go shopping because it's just a lot less traffic, a lot less hustle and bustle. But yeah, I pretty much have everything. So I don't really have a reason to leave. Yeah, so I love New York. All right, so I'm going to run into Walgreens. I just want to get a bottle of water and actually some blotting papers if they have it, you know, for your skin. Because as I'm out, I do sometimes get a little bit too much glow. going on in my skin. Let me see, maybe I can take you guys. All right, I'm gonna take you off the tripod. I'm just gonna screw it back on. But I'm taking out the tripod and I'm just gonna hold you with my hands. They do have. Okay, so I did find the blotting papers. This is something that I used to get when I was a little bit younger. Can you see this? They're the clean and clear oil absorbing sheets. So I'm just gonna pick up some of these. I'm actually trying to see if they have any more. Maybe I'll look on Amazon and see if there's any, but this will do for now because I need something right now. All right, so let me get my water. Yeah, I don't see anything else. I'm not gonna spend too much time in here. So let me get a water. Lady, it's hilarious. You're adding her stuff on my thing. It's just this.
That's not mine.
Who is first? Who is?
It's me. No.
No,
And you know the
I have
way
milk only.
Oh, well, ma'am, you gotta shift back a little from her. Can't be so close to her. You got 2 items, right?
Yeah, just those. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, I have a little coupon. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Guys. Okay, so this lady that was behind me, she was like all in my personal space. And she puts her stuff on the, I'm at the ATM. She puts her stuff on the counter with my stuff, next to my stuff. So the lady rang it up. And I'm like, why is my total so high? I'm only getting 2 things, the blotting papers and a small bottle of water. And goodness gracious, some people. But God bless our heart. Okay, so that little small errand is done. Okay, I am finally back home. Still light out, of course. Okay. Get my food. Hey guys, so I'm finally back home. I'm just gonna eat and get to editing this video. So hopefully you liked it today. If you have any suggestions for any other Vlogtober videos, you know, any content that you'd like to see from me, let me know in the comment section below. Also, give me a like if you liked the video and consider subscribing. Like I said, for Vlogtober, I will be posting every day. And then when we get back to the regularly scheduled program, I should be posting twice a week. So, like I said, if you like the content, consider subscribing. Definitely leave me a comment. Let me know what you like, what you didn't like, or what you'd like to see. And give me a thumbs up. And I will see you next time. Later.
1 step forward, 2 steps backwards, yeah. Immature lover who don't use big words, yeah. I don't need convincing at all because I know what I want.